Hello everyone and welcome back to LSR, and we bring you here into round 8, which is as we come into the Barcelona in Spain. I'm here accompanied by, sorry. I'm a oh man, I can't say the word, but if my co-commentator can introduce himself, since I can't do it.
It's alright, man. How are you doing, Brian?
Go LSR.
I'm doing very well. Uh
Good.
excited to see the excited to see what these guys can bring for us. Um, Stanley is current. Ooh, and it's rain. Wow.
A lot of rain, most
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, I'm the co-commentator tonight at King's Home. I'm streaming on my YouTube channel as well. I will put a link in the description if anyone's watching on LSR YouTube channel. Make sure to give them a subscribe. As you said, like, loads of rain, so that's going to make it what it's like in the Grand Prix, determining on their setups for the race.
Uh, yeah. I mean, uh, with the rain, it should be should shake up the grid a little bit. With some drivers, they can go for now. They don't have to think about alternative strategy, as they can. Well, they can think about it as they'll have free tire choice in the race if it is wet. They can choose to go on whatever tire they want. But yeah, I mean, right now Stanley is in the championship lead by 76 points. Forsan with 70 points right behind. Seaswit with 65 points. Flying Jippa with 54 and Formula Jonah with 50. So they're all pretty close together. So you know, it's a lot of stake here, as only less than 20 points separate the top five, and Red Bull currently leading with 139 points, and Williams right behind them with 102 points.
Certainly very close in that championship. Just watching Mr. Chicken Brian on his outlap, the first driver on a outlap. The
Yeah, it's very wet
conditions
here.
very
Cam
treacherous. You see him
yeah, I
doing a bit
couldn't
of a
see
drift there.
anything in the camera.
I think we should probably stay on board with him for a lap here, and then he's
Ooh,
got the back end out at the final corner. Invalidated his lap time and will invalidate this next one. No, it doesn't actually. He got away with that one.
yeah. So we'll see what he will set. A couple drivers on the inters and some on the wets. So we will see here what the which tires is the better one. I mean, there's quite a lot of see goes ooh, yes, the chicken goes wide into there. Keeps it valid, but as we have nope, never mind, not a spinner. It's people slowing down, but you can see her McChicken having pretty being very careful in the first lap, but you can see on the track there's quite a bit of puddles as he's trying to go offline to try and keep some tire temps. We'll see what he set the two time is. Pretty good time. I think I'm not sure what the times here in the wets are or should be.
Probably, I'm going to say about a
He's on
150. I'm going to say something like.
no, too much. Ooh, as
Sorry,
McChicken, it's a bit
150.
of a.
Sorry, I was thinking 150.
Ooh,
Yeah, and
yep.
he cuts
He
the
cuts it. Yeah.
penultimate corner there.
Oh, and he
Now
spins. Oh
spins
my
out
god.
at the final.
He's lucky to not kind of hit the wall there at the pit entry. Take him out of the thing pretty quick.
But Brian, who looks like the next man that will come across the line? Maybe the
Looks
McLaren?
like Perry will be the next one to cross the line. He is on the inters. and Alien is going to be the second driver to put a lap in as he goes to 29.3. Alien in the Alfa Romeo on the wet what he put is a 29.8. So either that's a very good lap by Perry or not a good lap by Alien, or just the wets aren't good, and we have just gotten confirmation that Inters are better by Morgan's YouTube, who has put a 28.6. So he's already in there with 128.
It is rather surprising as well, Barry. I have to admit, with these conditions, it really does look like it should be wet tyres rather than intermediates. But
it doesn't look like it. It seems like it's drying up a bit. So might have been wets at the start of the qualifying, but I think with drivers putting in some laps, they kind of clear the standing water out of the way.
Yeah, potentially. So we're seeing Volocchio around turn 5. I've got an Alpine just ahead of him. But this track does look like it's starting to dry up. Will it dry up enough for the end of qualifying than to potentially get on a soft run? Maybe, probably not. But it can dry up really rather fast. As Apex Finley takes provisional pole there, Brian.
Yeah, Apex puts a pretty nice lap on the Inters, so it does look like the Inters are the faster tires here in qualifying right now. But already into the 128s, only 2 drivers so far though. But I mean, some drivers are still continuing on laps, as it is the better thing to do, I think. I mean, you don't really have to worry about ERS, as you know, it kind of charges up quite a bit. So I usually, here in the wets, I like to load up fuel for quite some laps, get the hang of it, and as you put more laps, and the chicken there has disconnected and is standing sideways on the track. Oh, never mind.
He's got himself going again though.
Yep. It's gonna be a pain.
He's gonna
be a painful ride back to the pits though. So here we have Velocci, who is on another lap, coming in through the turns here in this track. He's going to round off sector 2 real quick here. What is his time going to be? Set to 2/10 up on his time. So he's pretty good. This is the first driver to get into the 27 with a 27.8. So as you can see, the track is definitely drying up more.
And we're not even halfway through qualifying yet.
Yeah, and already some pretty good time. I believe here I did do a race a couple of weeks ago here in Spain, and it was a wet qualifying, and I got pole position, I think with 20, somewhere in the low 20s, I would want to say. Yeah, so we should see the time go down by quite a bit here if it does get drier.
I've seen quite a few drivers invalidate their lap time. Still not had 4 drivers complete a lap yet without invalidating.
Velocci with a purple sector 1. His third lap here, as you can see, you can still go improve quite a lot here in the wets by just doing continuous lap. We'll stick with him for this lap to see what he will have. He does have a bit of traffic up ahead, but doesn't get out of the way pretty nicely. You're out of the hairpin, pretty good on exit. You can see very, very careful on the throttle.
This definitely looks like it's going to be a better lap, Brian. As he comes across the line, invalidated though on the final corner.
But he has 3/10 up on his time. He was 3 tenths up on that time, but hasn't validated. So unlucky for Vlache. Here we have Perry, who should be, nope, I think Brent is going to be the next one to cross the line.
He has
See what he can
validated
set.
quite a few times in this session.
Ooh, and Blaine gets a 5-second grip penalty for collision into his teammate. Ooh. And that is not what you want to see. As you can see, Perry was on a lap, and now he has a broken wing. Ooh. Blaine was on an out lap too, so not what you want to see. But Brennan goes up to into P5 with a 28.9. That is about a second slower than C-Swit, so C-Swit with a very good time is the only driver so far to get in the 127s. Ooh, and Brent has spun. So you can see the conditions are still pretty bad as he's trying to drift his way back into it. So far, Elian is the only driver to be staying out on the wets, as Perry has retired from the session. Ooh. Looks like he has crashed out with Crooner. Oh no. It was seems like it was into the pit entry here. And Crooner has spun too. Ooh.
That was really embarrassing. I just had my mic on mute, but I didn't even realise. As Mr. Chicken, he's not set a lap yet. Brian, he has got the
No, he's not.
Red Bull that looks ahead of him of Robin.
Yeah, so Robin is also on a lap, so just can't give away so much. Yeah, the Chicken really struggling here in the wet condition. Apex who's going to cross the line with a sets pole position with a 27.7. Wow. Isn't pole position. He's on 5 laps old inters too. So he can definitely go back into the pits as there's 5 minutes in this qualifying. Put on some fresh inters and go back out for a couple more laps.
That's the scary thing, Brian. Is Apex has done that on 5 lap olds intermediate, so he's definitely going to have another fresh set.
Yeah.
If he gets back quickly, he'll be able to do 2 laps consecutively.
Yeah, you get 3 laps of, you get 3 sets of inters, so he definitely has some tires here. There's more games who's coming around. 27.6. Wow, he had purple set there too, and it looks like he's going for another lap. So he's only on 2 laps old inters, so
back with McChicken at the minute. Mercedes coming around 10-10. Made another mistake and invalidated again. He can't get a clean lap in, Brian.
Yeah, Blend Machine here is coming across the last corner. What is his time going to be? It is 28.8 to P6. Yeah, but McChicken really struggling here. Stanley, the championship leader, also hasn't been able to put a lap in.
But at this rate, Brian, he just needs to get himself a lap time on the board. Certainly better than having no lap time at all. He's trying to find the extra few tenths in the wet, but in doing so, he just keeps ruining every lap he has at the moment. So just pull him back a little bit on this lap.
Yeah, Stanley had a bit of a lockup into turn 1, definitely not going to help it, but doesn't look like he kind of went wide a bit. It's a 24-4. So, as Blend Machine has spun on his lap and has broken his ring. Chicken is right behind him too. So Chicken looks like he's going to get a bit of slipstream. Oh, never mind. Blend moves out of the way.
Or an inconvenience.
Yeah, but Chicken has managed to keep it in valid through the turns that he's always been invalidating, and that puts him into gives him a purple set there too. Goes a bit wide into that corner there, but we'll see what his time will be as he's coming around into the chicane for the final 2 corners.
Looks like made it through a whole lap without invalidating this time, and does. So what's he going to set? Provisional pole with a 27.1. He waited to the very end.
Yeah, Chicken is he's a pretty quick driver. I must say I have raced against him. He's a pretty good driver, but it seems like he was struggling early on into the qualifying, but first lap on and goes provisional pole position. We have Cecil, who is a 10th down on his lap, with 10th up. Oh, and he invalidates on the last corner. Unlucky, and I think that will invalidate his next lap too. Yeah, it will.
Well, he has got enough time to get around again, as long as he has the fuel. I think we're just waiting for everything to kick off at the end of qualifying here. A lot of drivers on their out laps and just starting their final flying laps. And of course, if you want to wait to the end of the session, especially with this rain that has been getting lighter, the best opportunity to get on top of the timing sheet, on pole position or on the front row, is right at the end of the session. Just watching Veloce around turn 4.
Oops, sorry. My headset died, so I had to connect it for. So, yeah, Veloce was the first person to set a lap in this qualifying. We'll see what he is. He's currently in P6 with a 28.1, so he's about a second down on the Chicken. He invalidates his lap. Oh, not what you want to see.
What was that? Alpine got very, very close to the back of Veloce there. Got a little bit confident with the slipstream.
Yeah, but he's trying to get every little bit out of that lap, and it looks like he's working at it, as he has a purple set there too here. We'll see what his time is going to be as he's into the chicane, taking it very carefully out of the last corner. See what he will have. Seems like it's going to be a pretty good time, and it's a 28.2 for P7.
Should be an apex friendly come around the final corner, Brian. Got his 127.710 to beat, and does beat it to the 27.444.
Yeah, so just not quite beating Machicken there. Machicken has finished his qualifying, so he thinks they can't beat him. We have a Red Bull coming around the corner. It is Robin. What is his time going to be? And it's going to be a 29. It's going to be a 28.5. He stays in 9th position. Sorry. Stanley moves up into P6. And Alien, wow, very close to Machicken with a 27.156. We have Broomhandle here, who is coming around the last corner. What is his time going to be? Seems like it's a pretty good time.
Fifth fastest.
P5. We have the Ferrari of Buffett, if he hasn't validated. I think Seasway is the next one to come around the corner, so we have a beautiful helicopter shot here. What is his time going to be? Seems like it's a pretty good time, and it's a 26.9. Wow. So
yeah,
pole position so far.
Yeah, the pace of the track is certainly ramped up. Veloce is setting another lap here, Brian. Might seal the show in the final moments of qualifying. Crosses the line, goes 4th fastest.
Yeah, 27-3, but that was a very close qualifying, I must say.
Especially for wet conditions and changing wet conditions as well.
Yeah, so there you have it. Everyone separate for under 1 second up to P8 in the wet condition. That is very good. But Cease Wit in the Aston Martin takes pole position. Michigan P2, Alien P3, Veloce P4, Apex P5, More Games P6, Broomhandle P7, Crooner P8, Stanley the championship leader in P9, and Robin rounds off in the top 10. So far the championship leader not getting the qualifying you exactly want to have, you know.
No, he hasn't. But of course, there's only points in the race, not in qualifying, and we don't know if it's going to be a dry race, Brian. Of course, because put in there, you would think they'd got their dry setups on, so potentially that could have decided pace of qualifying. Looks like it is going to be dry, cloudy, but dry.
Yeah, it will. Looks like it will be drive. We'll see what the drivers is go for the. Oh my God, I can't talk. But we'll see what the driver's strategy will be. I mean, I think it's a 2-stop race, I believe. Haven't raced here in a bit, so.
Yeah, I would say it would be.
Yeah, I would say
just from the fact of it's so hard to overtake here as well.
Yeah, so we saw Lewis Hamilton and he went for the 2-stop race, but also could be a 1-stop, maybe soft hards or even soft mediums or medium soft, depends. But here we have here we will have the tires in a bit. Seaswit, McChicken, and Alien go onto the mediums. Veloci on the hards. So, and Apex also both go on the hards. More Games, Broomhandle on the mediums, and Crooner on the soft. Stanley on the mediums, and Robin on the softs. So pretty. Only 2 drivers have opted for the soft here in Spain. I mean, there we have the tire strategy. So medium hard, 1 stop is definitely possible, but if you've gone on the soft, looks like it will be a 2-stop. Ooh, and that is a and that is Brent who has spun. Ooh, that's not what you want to do on the formation lap.
No.
While having these tires, you definitely don't want to get them too worn out.
No, you definitely, you definitely don't want to do that. And yeah, it's a really interesting mix-up with the tyres for the start of the race as well.
I mean, I guess Brent won't have to worry. He won't have to worry for he won't have to worry about some tire temps now. He won't have to worry about being too cold from the start. But yeah, but that's going to kind of hold up the front pack a bit.
Yeah, it will. I hope. I don't think the temperature does go down. I think it's just preset from when the AI takes over. They're just waiting for Brent, who did mess up at the start in this formation lap, who's on the grid. Going to get underway for round 8 of the Spanish Grand Prix.
Oh, Blue Machine has left
got the
position.
lights. Oh dear, we got 5 red lights, however. And we're away for LSR's Group 1 Spanish Grand Prix, and the Mercedes gets away quite well there in the Alfa Romeo just behind Elian. I'm going to get all over the place as well as we go down into turn one. The two Mercedes are very close together. It looks like one's been spun around, which is Veloce, who is now down at the back of the field. And got more drivers on the outside there. Handel, who's just taken to the extremities of the circuit there at turn three. As it looks like he's fighting with his teammate.
Couple drivers have spun in. 3 drivers have spun into turn one. Crooner, Veloce, and Stanley, the championship leader, has spun. So it's a bit of a damage limitation so far right now for the championship leader. As the race is going, there is another spinner, and it looks like it is Brent. Oh wait, nope, it's more games. Whoa.
More games. There was more games spun out at the far chicane in sector 2. It's still in the lead, but McChicken is not that far behind top 3 and not separated by very much now. There has been a driver that's spun. It is Brent this time, Brian. You did call it, but just a little bit too early.
Yeah.
As he's now around at turn 13.
Can't get
and he's round again at turn 14. Not good for the Haas driver there. Getting himself sorted out.
There we go. I found what I wanted the graphics to have, the position changes.
As McChicken is now around as well. Sorry, Brian. As he's now spun around. Everyone having trouble at turn 1. More Games is retired from the race.
Ooh, yeah.
Deployed the VSD.
Yeah, my graphic is a bit messed up right now. It is not telling me what it is, but I guess it is a VSC. But so far, wow, a lot of action into this race. Couple spinners, some people into the pits. McChicken, who is P2, has spun, and he's down 5 positions. But look at this, Suti in the AlphaTauri has been up 9 positions so far, so he's kept it clean. Perry here, also who's on the hards actually. He is I think he is on the mediums. No, yeah, medium. Sorry. So he is on the mediums here, who's also 8 positions up. So pretty nice race so far for these two, who are up into the pretty high. Alien into P2, and Sizwe has maintained his lead.
Looks like the safety car is about to end, and it has. So a lot of the drivers,
5-second penalty.
That is most definitely a rookie error there. Broom Handel moves himself up into 5th place. More Games leaves the session. Two tenths separate Perry and Apex Finley at the moment, Brian.
Yeah, so far he's very close. I mean, he's going to try and use the most he can out of these medium tires. Apex is on the hard, so Perry will have the better tire advantage for now. But it's like Apex will be going quite long into the start of the race. So we'll see how it goes and how fast can Perry get past. DRS is enabled for the McLaren of Perry, but he just couldn't quite get the overtake into the hairpin. But coming into the back here, Crooner is making a move on the Ferrari. He gets the move done. Wow. Very nice by Crooner. Everybody's a bit spread apart. Suti is getting close on Broom Handle. He is within that 1 second so far right now. Veloce is trying to get back those positions that he lost after spinning into turn 1. He's very close on the Ferrari here in the main straight. He's going to try to make a move down the inside, and that's quite early with the help of DRS. So pretty nice move by Veloce.
Yeah, especially with that spin at the start of the race as well, to move himself back up to 8th already.
Yeah, can't say the same for Stanley, who is down 5 positions so far. So the championship leader is having so far a race to forget.
Yeah, well, at the moment it's a pointless race.
So far, oh man, my graphic is messed up so far.
Yeah, mine's gone as well. Just have to live with it. Got Alan though, very close now to that Aston Martin ahead of him. Screw it.
Yeah, he definitely is. Looks like Alien is pushing a bit. So we have a spinner, and it looks like it is. Blue Machine has left the session again. It looks like we have Brent who has spun, and that's his win gone. And Alien who has gotten the fastest lap of the race on the medium tires. He's kind of pushing quite a bit to try and overtake Seaswit. Could be Seaswit is just kind of saving a bit of tires early into the race. You know, who knows? That is Suti who has spun. Oh no. Has lost his right end plate. Oh man, he's having a great race so far. Unlucky for him coming back up to the top, as my graphic has fixed itself. Luckily, Alien is very close to Seaswit, so is Apex to Perry. Perry has actually overtaken Apex. I missed that somehow.
Yeah, you got past a couple of laps ago, but Apex has not left that DRS window since. Or is
yeah, I must say.
Hello.
Ooh, and that is a very dangerous position for the Haas to be in. Right on the racing line. Oh man. Looks like everyone is going wide. Yeah. Well, now his car is gone, but a couple of drivers had to kind of go wide in order to avoid him. So both Haas already out of the race. Ooh, and Alien very late into the brakes into that corner. It's definitely pushing a lot harder than Seaswit is. Or he just has the better pace, we'll see. Could be Seaswit is just trying to save tires, you know. As he knows it will come back to him later in the race. Spain is actually pretty hard on the tires here, especially the left front. The left front is screaming.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a catch-22 as well. It's hard on the tyres, and it's really hard to overtake around here as well. So actually, this track does usually determine quite a few pit stops, just as an alternative solution to what other people are doing. But usually, everyone then just copies everyone else. So
here we have Kruner with DRS on the main straight. He's gonna try to make a move on Broom around the outside. Can he get the move done? And he does. So Broom on the soft tires, making a move on Broom. So it seems like the soft tires are still kind of hanging on there a little, you know? But those soft tires shouldn't last. They're not gonna last a bit more laps, maybe 2 more laps at most. I guess you can extend.
Yeah, probably to about lap 10 would probably be the limit.
Yeah, so we should see some pit stop by the soft runners, so in a bit. But like you said, a lot of drivers do kind of copy the strategy from others, but it's not kind of what you want to do here, you know. You kind of want to switch it up a little bit, since it's quite hard to overtake in this track. You know, you gotta, if you can't get the move done on the track, then you gotta get it done in the strategies. But so far it looks like Alien he has the better pace, as he sets the fastest lap of the race. He just can't get that move done with the dirty air in this track.
No, it's all these long swooping corners that really cause the issues here. They're not broken up, and like you might think of a track like Silverstone that also has long swooping corners, but it is broken up by some quite long straights, is where Spain only has 2 straights and only one real significant straight. You've got this small little back straight here towards turns 7 and 8, and then the straight here between turn 9 and 10, second DRS, but it's not really much of a straight at all, really. Not enough in Formula 1 terms to really make a realistic overtake, I don't think.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're quite close into that straight before the hairpin, with the help of the RS, you can definitely try to get alongside the driver, but it's mostly gonna have to come down to you basically just braking a lot later than the car in front. But yes, Michigan gets a 3-second penalty like as we have Elian here with DRS.
Yeah,
he's going to finally make the move.
And there was a aggressive defensive move there from the Aston, but he still maintains that lead for the time being.
Yeah, beautiful defense by the Aston Martin. Looks like he's now trying to get the inside line in here for this corner. So the Aston Martin defending beautifully here to the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo is trying to get around the outside, doesn't get a good exit. So the Aston Martin so far gets to keep his lead.
Some really good racecraft going on there. It was definitely a hard but fair defensive move there from the Aston with Skewett. But it was really good to see. Hopefully we'll see round 2 into turn 1 next time around, Brian.
Yeah, we're coming around the last couple of corners. We'll see if Alien can stick close to Caesar. It looks like he does. I believe you need to be within 0.5 of a second in order to be able to have a chance at overtaking here in the main straight. So like Caesar is not really using much overtake here, as Caesar has a bit of his lights are blinking, so it looks like he's definitely low on ERS, and I think Alien knows that, and he's going to probably try to use that against his advantage.
Of course, saying about a track like Spain, it's not very easy to overtake at. Somewhere like here, turn 5 hairpin, is always a really good idea to go for maybe a bit of a opportunistic, sneaky move somewhere like that. Just somewhere where you're not really expect them to have a go, but it's still possible to have a go. So you can actually see it moving to the right hand side rather early there. It definitely looks like Elan's got a lot more pace under his right boot, just being held back at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, looks like he's been sticking with Seaswick so far, and he was been setting the fastest lap while being in the dirty air. So it looks like he definitely does have pace. He sets tense. He is seeing that blinking light of Seaswick. He's going to try to go for it as he's using overtake, but just backs out of it and thinks better.
I think he was good enough there to be on for a go, but he did think better of it. Also, it is a fight for the lead, so much more on the line. I'm going for a move. He might try and have a go here though, Brian, maybe. He's just a little bit closer this time. No, he doesn't have a go just yet, but
didn't get the exit that he would have wanted into out of turn 4. Coming here into this little chicane. You kind of want to keep the minimum speed up without going too wide to get as close as possible into this little straight that you talked about. But as you can see here, the dirty area is just quite a lot of dirty area, and you just can't get close enough in that little straight. But
it needs to be a few hundred meters longer.
Yeah, definitely.
To be sort of realistic.
I mean, with the new track layout that they implemented into 2021, obviously the game still didn't add it. Codemasters kind of adds a little bit of a few meters, like you said, with taking the outer little I guess you can say, is a little banked.
Oh, he's going to go
As
for it this time, Brian.
hey, he's gonna go
Let's see.
into the inside once again, but Siswa defends beautifully once again.
I think he's. It's going to all be about those the final few corners in sector 3 now for Elan. He's going to have to concentrate on those final 2 or 3 corners, which are really tricky to get right. Pretty much the hardest corners on the track,
Yeah,
and
definitely
the most
that.
crucial ones. Most crucial ones in the race to make an overtake.
Yeah, that last chicane also is it's quite a bit of a painful chicane there, I must say.
He is a bit
Really
closer
wish.
this time though,
Yeah,
towards turn 10.
Ooh, makes a bit of a has a little bit of a look, but doesn't go for it. I think he thinks better of it. He's just gonna try to go on the main straight.
I think he does need to.
Vlache is also very close on Broomhandle down the field. Looks like those hearts are starting to kind of come into play.
3 tenths this time. So surely he'll get this done before the braking zone this time.
He definitely does, yeah. So there it is. Elian has finally been able to overtake Siswe after 13 laps of trying to get past him. Now we'll see if he really does have the better pace and was just held back by Siswe.
Looks like it. He's already set himself as purple sector 1.
Definitely
Crucial for him.
Vlache has gotten past Broomhandle into P5 now. Vlache, so far he's been having a pretty good recovery.
The Austin is still within DRS range, Brian, of Alfa Romeo in the lead now with Elan.
Yeah, I must say, Siswa was on a bit of see accelerated there on the curve and kind of made his car jump. But I must say, Siswa was a bit low on ERS as we were seeing. He had a blinking red light for pretty much quite a lot of time. So now that he is in the DRS, he can try to save some. He can try to save some ERS and try to go for it in a couple laps.
Look, he gets himself a 3-second time penalty there.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be doing that as you're trying to make up as much time as possible as you can. So everybody so far is pretty spread out except for Elian and C-Split, who are 8 seconds in front of Perry, who's in P3.
Yeah, well, there could be some closing up between third and fifth, and maybe third and sixth in the coming laps. Just how slightly bunched up those cars are. Those are the only ones that are actually any real close distance. You said Stanley, the championship leader, is down in 10th, Brian, and he's banging himself a point as it stands.
Yeah, so far looks like Stanley will wait, actually he does have a penalty. Hold on, let me check. He has a 3-second penalty in Blind Machine. Ooh, and that is Elian, who is going into the pits for the undercut. So we will see how that works out.
But Jay, looks like he's passed Apex Finley as well.
Yep, like you were talking about Stanley. He does have a 3-second penalty, so he needs to extend that gap to Blind Machine in order to get a point so far. But I mean, it's we're just 3 laps away from being halfway into the race, so still quite a bit of time into this. But as you can see there, Elian has gone onto the hard, so he will be going for the 1-stop. Yeah, we'll see. He's going for the undercut, so he's going to try and see if he can still keep the lead on Siswa. Siswa is going for the overcut to try and
have got a yellow.
have the better tires. Do have a yellow, and that is the Ferrari of Buffadora, who had a bit of a moment. Ooh, and we have a bit of a moment up in front with Robin, who has spun. So now Stanley will get a point if it stands like this. C-Sway into the pits, so we will see where he comes out. Alien didn't have traffic in his way on his outlap, so we'll see what the strategy will be.
Secret is coming out of the pits.
Looks like Alien will get the... Ooh.
Yeah, oh, maybe not.
Oh, maybe not. C-Sway actually gets the overcut on Alien. Wow. So C-Sway back into the lead with a lap older, with a lap fresher tire. Sorry.
I'm surprised about that as well, because Alien came out with into clean air when he pitted, so he didn't have any traffic to deal with. It was the perfect window for him to come out, but obviously
looked like those hard tires.
That is surprising.
Yeah, it looked like those hard tires just didn't get up to temperature. They didn't get up to temperature too quick there for Alien. But Blin Machine sets the fastest lap of the race and has been disconnected once again from the lobby.
The one thing I must say, Brian, is Veloce and Apex Friendly are actually on the hard tyres, aren't they? It's going to be interesting to see what these two can do, if they're going to try and stretch it to go on to the softs potentially at the end. They'll certainly be very fast if that's the case.
It looked like they should be pitting about 16 laps to go. Ooh, and C-Sway makes a bit of a mistake there out of turn 2. What is this? Looks like Alien is going to try to make a move. He's going to try to go for the switchback down the inside. He's going to have the outside line here for the hairpin of turn 5. He just couldn't get the nose in. So C-Sway still keeps his lead.
Yeah, it's net lead. This is the first driver to be on track without a pit stop. But instead about Alien, he's very, very close to the back. He must have been quite surprised as well that he didn't come out ahead. But obviously the mediums were still the optimal tyre to be on. Seeing that gap close up at the front as well by Brian between Perry and Veloce. It looks like it might be time for Perry to come into the pits as we lose the timing screen for Veloce. He's getting ever closer to the McLaren ahead.
Yeah, so Perry is trying to stay out to kind of extend his lead, as Alien is going to try to make a move, as he does make the move in the straight into before turn 1. But like we were talking, it looks like Perry has only 7 seconds in front of Alien right now, so he will still come out behind Alien, but he will have the fresher tires towards the end of the race, so we'll see if he can make it up. There we have the fastest lap so far is 1:01. So I'll leave you for a minute here. I'm gonna get a bit of water. Forgot to get water before the race started, and my throat is kind of getting dry.
No worries. Veloce Ayub is now only 1 second behind the McLaren of Perry, not inside the DRS window though, but Stewart is within that DRS window. And then gets the fastest lap. We're now on lap 33. As we come down into turn 1 between the two net leaders. There was quite a big lift there from the Aston to on board, just showing how much the dirty air has affecting these drivers. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. It looks like Zoet is off the track in the Alpha Tauri. Top 2 is now within DRS of one another, choosing DRS of Perry ahead. Looks like it's time for the McLaren to come in and put a fresh set of boots on. Apex Finley has not been able to keep with the Mercedes Veloce ahead of him, both on the same strategy. As Perry stays out, surely he's going to lose his lead in the not too distant future. Veloce was somewhat looking to the inside there. Veloce should have miles more grip now than Perry on the medium. The top 2 are separated within half a second of each other now. This straight, not long enough though for Veloce to go for an overtake there at turn 10, but potentially will do into turn 1. But I got a sneaking suspicion Perry will dive in either this lap or the next lap.
Alright, well,
Just
I'm
stay
back.
out again.
Ooh, it's like I missed a bit of an overtake here on between C-Swit and a Lion.
Just watching the top 2, seeing how they were getting on. It doesn't look like Harry's going to be giving up that first place anytime soon.
Definitely not. He's going quite long on these mediums, if I'm honest. So, looks like he might be trying to go on to the softs towards the end, as we do have a purple sector. Sorry, yellow sector too, as that Suti, yeah, who has spun. But yeah, like you were saying, Perry is going quite long into this race, so he's going to try to go for one stop on medium soft. Looks like it will be. I mean, if there is a safety car right around now or something, he will definitely gain quite a lot.
Yeah, he'll be laughing, that's for sure.
Definitely, but
as he now does dive into the pit.
The Lion has fallen out of the DRS zone out of season, and he does have a 3-second penalty. Where did he get that from? Wow, I missed a lot for getting water. Oh man. He does get onto the soft tyres. Brian, sorry, I was just looking at the front too for the sign. Ooh, and that is Suti who has retired. And that is a safety car. Oh, and that might have just
first time. Yeah, Perry went in at the worst time there, because everyone is now going to pit. I suppose he will jump up the order again, potentially. We'll see where he does come out.
Oh, man.
But Veloce, who've been Apex Finley, they are laughing. The starting highs, Brian, is now certainly paid off for their race.
Oh, man. I mean, Perry has got to be fuming right now. Oh, man. But I mean, he might be able to jump back a couple positions.
I think he will. I think he'll probably come out in second or third, which should still be a really good result. He's just coming around turn 9. Whereas Veloce in the final couple of corners.
So this means that Veloce will be basically into the lead of the race after being taken out into turn 1.
it'll be silly if drivers, if not all drivers, don't pit here. It'll be a bit silly.
Yeah, it definitely looks like
just with how
every
many
driver
laps
will
are
be
to
pitting.
go. Yeah, it looks like it. So Veloce, I think, is going to come out in the net lead. I think. Where is Perry? He's coming around the final corner, but he has
on the straight.
He has got to lift off, and now Veloce is out of the pit lane and obviously up to the safety car line too. He can go as fast as he wants. Says Apex Finley. That's a fight between the two of them. Oh, and who's going to have that? I think Apex is Apex. I think they're going to fight for this position now. So I think.
Yeah, it looks like Apex has gotten it. Yeah.
So still not bad for Perry though. To be honest.
Definitely not. I mean,
yeah.
He was 8 seconds behind the leaders before the pit stop, but definitely is not too happy.
But I have to be honest, Brian. The two drivers in the front of the grid are drivers from my league who have just been drafted in tonight to reserve, so might have a little bit of bias. Bias. How do you say that word? You passed it on to me now, not being able to say a biasy? Is that right? That doesn't sound right. It sounds right, but it doesn't sound right. Yeah, it's just bias, isn't it? It's getting late on a Sunday. I'm not used to being up this late on a Sunday night. I usually have work early on a Monday morning, but I've got a week off. So, yeah, no, so it's two drivers from my Monday, one of my 3 leagues on a Monday, and obviously streaming on my channel. Make sure to check that out tomorrow, guys. That's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for Mondays in the middle of this one. But I think we're going to have another lap of this, Brian, I think.
Yeah.
Before we get underway.
Seems to be another lap, but Perry here. I mean, I must say. I mean, it's happened to me before. I think it's happened to everyone. But, I mean, he's still P3. He does have a 3-second penalty, so in Apex does not. So Apex, so far, is technically in net P1.
Yeah, as it stands, but obviously we still have a little way to go. So it could all change. He's definitely got a few drivers who do need to catch up. We were saying before, Brian, with this race not being the greatest for overtaking, this has certainly made the latter stages of this race much more interesting than it may have been without this.
What do you say, Ed? Sorry, couldn't hear you.
I said, as we said before, about the overtaking not being great here. The race having a safety car at the end is definitely spiced it up.
That is Veloce, who has gone off track. Oh,
I think he's trying to get himself back through, but I don't think that's not how it works, my friend. You are going to try it, but unfortunately that is not how it works. Apex Finley is now in the net lead. That was the easiest overtake he's going to make today.
So Apex was in the net lead before. He is definitely now into the lead now. So definitely makes the work less for Perry. Oh, but look at this. Veloce has rejoined right behind C-Switch, but in front of Elian.
This was a late call for the safety car. Everyone caught up at the end, and that means
Veloce has made a bit of contact with C-Switch. Yep, so there's 5-second penalty for both of these drivers. Oh, man.
And I think Veloce is quite eager to get away after that mishap. It is a Aston 1-3 at the moment, and we are away. There was drivers in the background. Brian, you had an instant there. It was Elian. Veloce gets himself another 5-second time penalty for a severe collision. He's alongside Crooner as Perry is round. And
Perry has also gone round.
in 11th place.
This is an Aston Martin 1-2 right now. Wow, this race has definitely... oh, man.
It's been turned on his head.
Yeah. Veloce has caused a bit of trouble here. Oh, my God. As Kroner has to get a bit of a... has to kind of avoid Veloce here. Veloce is trying to get that first position once again after spinning. But he's not done any favor to himself by giving him 10 seconds of penalty.
Yeah, and just was watching Skewitt getting a bit getting a bit out of shape through turn 9. I was going to say something really clever there and it all messed up. Aston Martin 1-2 at the moment. Just looking at the penalties, it's 5 seconds, but McChicken behind's got 11 seconds, and Veloce's got 19 seconds worth of penalties. He's not been on his usual form this evening.
Yeah, so this definitely has brought up the grid together and shaken it up quite a bit here. So we'll see what if any more action goes on. I mean, so far it's an Aston Martin 1-2, as I think Seaswood does have a 5-second penalty. Let me check the penalties real quick. Yeah, so he has a 5-second penalty, which I think should be removed, as he wasn't in fault for that one. So if he does overtake his teammate, he could win the race here, as Veloci gets another penalty. Wow, it's already up to 22 seconds of penalty. Definitely don't want to be doing that. The chicken, I couldn't really see what. The chicken has 11 seconds of penalty, so don't know if those could be removed or not, but it's essentially a fight until the end.
Yeah, timing charts have been all over the place all race. Just told me Veloce's got the fastest lap out 25 seconds after he completed his 26th lap. Yeah, Apex is looking in a really comfortable position on lap 27. But with the penalties as it stands, Broomhandle is looking like he's in a really good position actually. 6th place with no penalties, and if those drivers all stay bunched up ahead of him, he's definitely on for a potential podium here.
Yeah, Broomhandle has kept it clean so far, so you see, I mean, he's definitely he is close, so far right now, I mean, he could be right up to Stanley does overtake.
Stanley's off the track.
That is,
yeah, he tried the overtake there. I think,
yeah. So Broomhandle up to
just
P5
too late.
right now. But he is within 4 seconds to Kroner, so looks like he will be. Oh my God, oh my God, wait, what?
Yeah,
my graphic is just going all over
the shot.
Okay, so never mind. Broomhandle is in P6, not P5. The pack is very close so far, so we'll see what he can do. If Broomhandle keeps this up, he definitely will be up into podium. Maybe not get Seaswit, but we'll see. We're on lap 20 of 33. Definitely felt like a very long race so far.
Yeah, wow, it keeps saying it comes down to that argument of the difficulty to overtake here, it does somewhat spoil the action of the racing in Spain. And of course, in real life as well, it's because they do so much testing here that they just know this place like the back of their hand.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they come here to test almost. They've been coming here into Spain to test for years. Last year, obviously, last season they didn't come into Spain because of COVID. They've been going into here to Spain for testing for years. So you were right. I mean, they kind of know this track like the back of their hand, which makes overtaking not easier as Veloce gets another penalty. It's up to 28 seconds of penalty so far.
Yeah, he's in disqualification territory now. He's getting very close to that.
Yeah, I think if he gets another penalty, he might be disqualified. There's the two Mercedes here, kind of scrapping it out as Veloci is going to try to make a move on Michigan.
And Michigan went very... He determined his own track layout there, Michigan a little bit by cutting over the turn 2 apex.
Veloci's now into last place for me. I mean, that's kind of where it looks like he will be kind of ending if he gets more penalties. But we'll see.
As for Veloci, yeah, he's ghosted at the back of the grid.
Yeah, he's in the back of the grid for me.
I think that's the timing
up in the front has been in the gearbox of his teammates. So remember, Seaswood did get a 5-second penalty from Veloce, who hit him under the safety car. So he's fighting for the win right now.
That removed. Yeah.
Obviously, they are both teammates, so they're not going to try to battle too much and lose out on a 1-2. But has kept Seaswood behind for quite a bit. Now Apex does have quite a lot more ERS than Seaswood does, so he can definitely kind of push on the last 2 laps of the race.
So the fight for the win, Brian, is going to be very interesting. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see where Broomhandle comes as well, of course.
Yeah, Broomhandle has still kept it clean. So.
Yeah. And of course, that's why it's always good to try and keep it as clean as possible, because you never know. You might create the gap that's big enough to hold your position, but there's always the worry about safety cars.
But I must say right now, Kruner being in the DRS of Michigan, well, they're now fighting, but and Seaswood gets a penalty. Oh, that's not what he wants.
Yeah, and he won't get that one removed.
Nope, that one will not get removed, so he kind of threw his chances away from winning, unless Apex does a big mistake and loses out on 3 seconds. But Broomhandle here is 7.4 seconds behind Kruner, so far it doesn't look like he will be on the podium. He might finish fourth.
It's Kruner. It's often in the wall.
Kruner has spun it, so never mind. Broomhandle looks like to be back in the position to be in the podium. Wow. Oh man. Looks like Kruner's just letting everyone pass. There's no point in kind of fighting it with damage. as he now takes himself out of the race out of frustration. He's coming back up to the top. C-Swit is going to try
he's
to
gonna go for it.
win it on track. Ooh, he pushes his teammate off
Pushes it
track.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he pushes his teammate off
he's
track,
gonna
so his
get
team is
involved.
definitely not going to be happy about the McChicken behind them. Well, boom, never mind, Veloce was ghosted. Oh,
Oh, and he's now round because
and
obviously he thought he was in the fight. It's a bit of a ghosting glitch, I think.
yeah, definitely. So he's definitely now into last place. Well, not into last place yet, but kind of will be with those penalties. But C-Swit is going to try to win it on track. He still has not yet been able to. Ooh, and his teammate gets a
And
bit.
Apex is almost round.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they're going to now fight into turn 10. They're going to go side by side here, probably for the last few corners.
and C-Swit is into the lead.
Oh, it's gone
Apex
wide.
is going. Apex is going to try to do a bit of a switchback. Doesn't really get it.
This
Going
has
to
been a
watch.
very exciting last lap.
Oh my God, these two teammates really going for it.
And McChicken is sneaking himself into the fight at the final moment, and Apex Finlay wins
Yeah, but Apex
the
wins
Spanish
it.
Grand Prix.
Broom
And where's
handle.
Broom Handle going to come?
Here looks like he will get that podium in. He
Third
does.
place.
Third place.
Third
Wow.
place for Jonah.
We have Stanley, the championship leader, who I don't think is going to be in the championship lead after that. Is in P6. Finishes P6. Oh wait, no, his teammate actually goes ahead of him on penalties. Elian, who was having an amazing race on the front for the basically the entirety of the race, and then got unlucky there with Deloche. I think spun him around. And Perry and Elian are kind of having a bit of a Ferrari in Indianapolis finish. And it looks like we're waiting for Veloce to come around and finish the race. But what do you think of that race?
It was a bit of a typical Spanish Grand Prix up until the end. The end was probably the best part of the race after the safety car, but quite interesting. It's good for the Aston Martin to 1-2. Bagging themselves 4 points. Who got the fastest lap? Veloce, I hope. You there, Brian?
Yeah, so Veloce has finished finally. Seems like there's a bit of a glitch as he's still going. Oh man.
Yeah, I think that's leave the session to him.
Yeah, but like you said, Apex has won after quite a bit of a chaotic end to that race.
Yeah, well, obviously you're not going to be back for another fortnight now, till the week on Saturday. So I'm not sure what that race is. Anyway, I'm going to be off. As, it's quite late here in the UK now.
See ya.
It's a Sunday. So anyway, yeah, thanks everyone who tuned in for my channel, Limitless Gaming Esports. Make sure to check out tomorrow's stream for Monday.
Limitless 1 LFR. We'll put the link in the description for LSR's Group 1 race tonight in the description. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, cheers guys.
we will be inviting the podium for interview here. So
I'll probably leave you. I'll leave you to that. See.
a pretty exciting race there. Um, Quite a lot of penalties, but Apex finishes P1, Cease with P2, and Broomhandle P3. We will be inviting them for interviews here in a moment, so don't go just yet.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here, just waiting on Apex and Ceasewit to see if they're coming.
It looks like Sequit is not able to join, but he wanted to say like he had a great result and all that sort of thing.
Yep. All right. So, uh, looks like we will have View. I don't know if Apex is joining. He did say he turned off his PlayStation and said he might come back. So, told him if he wants he could join in. If not, then we're all good with having you here. So
Awesome.
we'll start off with you first. What car were you driving again? Sorry.
The Red Bull.
Yeah. Okay. So, uh, what do you think about that race? I mean, definitely seemed from our perspective, seemed like a bit of a chaotic race towards the end there.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. I think at the start, it kind of just like went into strategy kind of thing. Like we were all kind of just dealing with the strategy. just making the tires last and all that sort of thing. So there wasn't a lot of like pressure and like overtaking people and getting those positions. But when the safety car came out, it completely changed the race and brought out kind of a restart in a way. So that was good. It was really great to have all that. And then I think there was a few incidents which unfortunately happened, but that's the way it goes, especially at a track like this where it's so difficult to pass and all that sort of thing. But on my side, I really enjoyed the race. The tires felt good, my setup felt good, and I was really happy to take away with a podium as well. So really happy.
Yeah, I mean, I seen you kind of started at the back of the grid, after having a 5 place grid penalty with Perry.
I think that
And
was Blend Machine.
oh wait, no, yeah, never mind. Sorry, I'm confusing. Never mind. All right,
No
but
problem.
confusing you. But yeah, I mean, you kept it pretty clean. No penalties, which definitely helped you get back into that podium position. So, I mean, that's the advantage of keeping it clean, you know. And like you said, there was quite a bit of incidents. Vloche was in the lead, and he spun on their safety car. Then he had a couple of more incidents after being a bit mad of losing that P1, and he tried to make it back up, but just ended up kind of taking himself out and stuff. But uh, yeah, and then you, like you said, you kept it clean and got into the podium. Did you think that you would have the pace to get podium here?
I was not expecting a podium. No, I was not expecting that coming into this race. I knew I loved the Circuit de Barcelona Catalonia. I actually liked the track. And I knew I had the pace to be up there, but with such a talented grid and it being so competitive, I knew I probably wasn't going to be up there. But what was helpful, and I knew at the start of the race, the one thing here that was key, since we're running strict corner cutting, was to not get any penalties, and that's exactly what happened. I think that's like my first race I've ever done where I've not been given a penalty. That was the first one where I was not given one, so it was kind of surprising. But I knew the way to get up there and to score points was to be not getting a lot of penalties, and it also stay consistent and getting the strategy right. So kind of everything fell into place, and yeah, it turned out to be a really good race, and that also helps my championship chances. I know that Sequit, I think, is now leading the world championship. So yeah, if I'm going for it, this was a mega result coming into the final 2 rounds.
Uh, yeah. So I'm looking at the standings right now, and Seaswood has 65 points. Stanley has 76 points. Um, so Seaswood is still in P2. I think so. So he got 18 points. So that is 80. Okay, I'm not I'm not doing math right now. I'm too tired to do that. But I think he might just be in P2 by some points, as Stanley finished uh, P6 or P7, I believe. So um, you were in can't see you here.
All good, all good. Are you asking if what position I finished in?
No, on the standings.
Oh, in the standings. Currently, I think I'm fifth. No, I'm fifth. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Um,
are in 5th place. Sorry, it just had a different name here.
no problem. Yeah, and I think these points. I think these points put me third or maybe fourth, somewhere around there. I think.
Yeah, so
It
you
might
had
put me ahead of my
50
teammate.
points. You had 50 points, and you got 15 points
65
from this
now.
race. So you have 65, which puts you in front of the Haas driver. So yeah, you are in P4 right now.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I
Yeah,
think
but I mean, you
that's.
definitely closed up the gap up to the leaders with the race.
Yeah, I'm excited, for the final 2 rounds. We're heading to Monza next. I think the viewers will definitely enjoy that one. We're also doing the sprint qualifying as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'm excited for it, seeing what's there, and how this championship is going to unfold at the final 2 rounds in Monza and Interlagos. So we'll see how it all works out. But, yeah, super excited for what's to come.
Yeah, so two rounds to go, like you said. So we should have a very exciting finish into the championship. And even though this is my first race commentating for this league, I'm definitely excited to see how it will end up. Anyways,
Yeah,
thank you for being here and joining the commentary.
of course. Thank you for commentating.
Yeah, but here we are, and we're gonna round it off here. So, thank you everyone for watching. Like Broom said, next up is Monza. So it's also round 9, and it also believe has a sprint qualifying. So, very exciting to see. If you definitely want to see that, make sure to come in 2 weeks, as this league is a bi-weekly league. So yeah, definitely, and please make sure if you liked it to subscribe, like the stream. Definitely helps us out. And if you want to join the battle or just want to be around in the Discord or help out, or if you just want to be part of the community, join definitely the Discord server, which I think should be in the link. I'm not sure, but if not, I should be adding it later. But
Yeah, we'll add
yeah,
that into the description.
yeah, definitely. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in 2 weeks.